A Ghanaian lady married to a Nigerian guy living in Ghana has recounted her experience, how it took his husband 12 years to get Ghanaian citizenship instead of the normal 5 years period. Now, according to her, they made a lot of mistakes that they wouldn't have made today, and that was what extended the husband's time of acquiring a citizenship in Ghana from 5 years to 12 years. She cautioned the world and Ghanaians, of especially those people who want to one day become Ghanaian citizens, of the right way to do it and how to go about it.
I'm married to a Ghanaian, but I'm not eligible. If you've been married to a Ghanaian for a minimum of 5 years, you are eligible to apply for the Ghanaian citizenship. But you have to be qualified. There are certain terms and conditions that have to be met. I had to learn that the hard way. And because of the mistakes I made, my husband's citizenship took 12 years to come in. So maybe I'll tell you what happened, then anybody who is in the same situation, you can learn from our mistakes. We got married in 2011, so we started counting our 5 years: 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. So somewhere in 2016, between 2016 and 2017, we decided to put the application in. Immediately we were disqualified. Immediately. It was not funny. We were disqualified on just one ground, and that was my husband was supposed to have 3 years consecutive residence permit prior to the application. Although he had 3 years valid residence permit prior to the approval, they were not consecutive. There were gaps in between. This is because there were times when he was out of the country, back in his home country when it expired, and he didn't renew it back then because he's not in Ghana. So he would renew it when he was due to come back into the country. And all that counted against us. They were like, whether you're in the country or not in the country, it needs to be valid throughout the period. The first thing I did was to seek help. I got help. I found an immigration consultant who handles these issues to make sure that we get the proper guidance we needed so as not to waste time. So we had to spend the next 3 years, 2017, 2018, 2019, and during this period we made sure that his residence permit was always renewed right on time. This means that if your residence permit is expiring 11th June, your next one is starting from 12 June. At the end of around 2019, we decided to put the application through. There are certain things that you need to add to be qualified. As I said, being eligible is different from being qualified. Because he was already here in Ghana on a work permit, they required his 3 years tax return. They also required a police clearance to make sure that you have not committed any crimes while you've been in Ghana. So please make sure you obey the rules. And then on my part, I had to prove my Ghanaian citizenship, which was easy because all I had to do was add my Ghana card and birth certificate. I had a little hiccup with my birth certificate because I was born in the 80s, so mine is the handwritten one, is the old type, and they don't accept that anymore, so it has to be converted to the new type. The part that surprised me was I had to attend an interview. Yes, I was invited to an interview at the Ghana Immigration Service, and for me that was easy because if you are genuinely married, you don't have to prepare for that interview. There's nothing they are going to ask you that you don't know. But then COVID happened. Everything came to a standstill. Nothing was happening. So 2020 was like a waste year. And then 2021, things picked up again. But then there was a backlog at immigration for applicants before us. So that took time. So 2021 came about, 2022 came about. It was just a waiting game. And before 2023, we finally were contacted that, the application had gone through, but they still needed one last thing. Husband needed to go in and get his biometrics captured. So they capture all 10 biometrics, which is then linked to your naturalization certificate. And then you get an invitation to attend the naturalization ceremony. That is if you want. If you don't want to attend the ceremony, you can go pick up your certificates and go start your life. So my advice to couples who are getting married to Ghanaian citizens and your ultimate aim is to get a Ghanaian citizenship later down the line, don't wait till the 5-year mark. Get help. Get a professional to help you. From year one, get your professional to guide you the things you need to do. Start filing your tax returns, start getting your residence permits in order. Just start putting your documentation in order so that when you hit the 5-year mark, you can just put in your application, boom, and just get things moving. The way we work for it, when you see me making content about my husband's Ghanaian citizenship, just allow me.
I promise on my honor
to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem and heritage, one force, truth of blood and toil of my fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
My goddess. So this is a Ghanaian lady who was married to a Nigerian, and she recounts how her husband's, Ghanaian citizenship expanded from 5 years to around 12 years before the husband was able to become a Ghanaian citizen. So she walks her through the process, the things that you need to do. And she says that she shares some, petty experience with us, which is very interesting, that some of the requirement that you need to have, apart from satisfying the general requirement like being married to a Ghanaian citizen, there's little mistakes that you are not supposed to make. Now, one of them is, she just mentioned, you are supposed to have your residency renewed for at least 3 years continuous. There shouldn't be gaps. So for her, in her case, they had gaps, like she explained. And these are many more things. Let's go.
So I want to answer one of the top questions I get every single day in my DMs and in my emails. It is, how can I get citizenship in Ghana? Well, many people think that they can come and get it quickly. One of the things I often get is people say, I'm arriving in Ghana next week and I want to get my citizenship. It's not that simple. You actually have to live in the country before you can apply for citizenship. Now, when you come to Ghana, you have to first apply for residency status. So once you are here, you've been living here, you've renewed your visa a couple of times, then you apply for residency status that you're living in the country. Once you have your residency status and you're living in the country for a while, then you can apply for your citizenship. Now, typically it can take 5 to 8 years to get citizenship in Ghana the normal way. Some of you may have been seeing all of the people getting citizenship in Ghana last year, November 2024, as well as this year, January 2025. 524 people got citizenship last November. 200 people got citizenship this January. And then previously in 2022 and in 2019, there were two groups of people that were also around 200. The first one was 126, and there was around 200 who got citizenship in Ghana. Now, all of them got citizenship under presidential executive order. The president signed off on them getting citizenship under the guise of what was happening with the Year of Return and Beyond the Return initiatives. So now we have a new president. We don't know if the new president, President Mahama, is going to be doing the same thing. Although he was the first one to sign off on citizenship for the diaspora in 2016, about, I think it was 34 people he signed off on citizenship. So right now there are so many things happening in Ghana that President Mahama is working on that I don't know if he's prioritizing signing off on citizenship for large numbers of people. So right now, if you want to get citizenship in Ghana, you have to come to the country and live here. Apply for residency and then apply for your citizenship while you're living in the country. I hope that answers your question. If it hasn't and you have more questions, please drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of you. Thank you.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video.
I promise on my honor
To be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem and heritage, one force, truth of blood and toil of my fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God.
And one of them, who had stayed in Ghana and was actually born in Ghana, also explained how he was born in Ghana but still doesn't have a Ghanaian citizenship, even though he wanted one.